really quickly, all right? That I just want to say one time and keep it moving. So we have this on video. There should be in every classroom 2 bottles of cleaning solution. Some of you have more than 2, but there should definitely be 2. Those bottles are called disinfectant, and it should be labeled. All bottles should be labeled, okay? And you should have a soapy water bottle, okay? Again, it should be labeled. I want to talk to you about the differences between how you use these 2 bottles. When things are dirty, such as, you know, a kid was eating pudding, they wiped their hand on this wall and it kept moving. To get this wall clean, you have to use what?
Soapy water.
Soapy water.
Very good. You gotta use soapy water. So soapy water is how we get items clean again, okay? The disinfectant is how we prevent COVID, the flu virus, and all other kind of viruses that we have running around. Each of these require different steps. So when you go, soapy water is something that you should be using all day, every day, on your cubbies, on your tables, on your chairs, to wipe a dirty toy because it rolled into the pudding. You should be using soapy water on your diaper changing table. You should be using them all day long. This bottle should almost be empty because you use it all day. Disinfectant is not a cleaner. So if you spray disinfectant thinking that you're cleaning a surface, it may look like it, but you're really not doing it. And then you're not using this bottle in its original content. So the way you use the disinfectant, after you have cleaned an area, then you want to use your disinfectant to get it sanitized. All disinfectant sprays should be on a mist setting. They shouldn't be on stream because one is you're going to create puddles, okay? And this is a chemical, and we don't want to leave residue for a child to come behind you and drink it thinking it was water. So you should have it on a mist. And you should also shake it up to get it going. I heard that from Wanda today. I thought that was a very good suggestion, you know, because it is a chemical, and sometimes things with chemicals settle at the bottom. So shake it up, but change your nozzle to a mist. And you're gonna use it just like you use Lysol. So Lysol, you get the can, you walk through your house, you spray the fabrics, you spray your furniture, and you walk away. You don't go back and wipe off Lysol. It dissipates, doesn't leave a water residue. That's the same thing that this disinfectant does. Think of it as Lysol. You don't spray it and then wipe it off because now it's not gonna fight the good fight to get rid of the viruses, okay? When you spray this, you want the item to sit for minimum 2 minutes, okay? Put it on a mist, spray, and walk away. This is not a cleaner. Soapy water is your cleaning agent. Disinfectant is only going to kill COVID and viruses. That's all this is to do. If you use this as your cleaner, if you're spraying and wiping off, you're working harder because the item is still not clean and it's still not disinfected because you didn't let it sit for a minimum of 2 minutes. Diapering classrooms, you're using your rolly paper as your protective surface, and you're also using your soapy water. If there is some soil there, then now you have to execute your disinfectant. You gotta let it sit. Then you can wipe it off after 2 minutes for a diaper changing table. Now let's talk about the end of the day. So this is the way this is gonna work at the end of the day. Your job is now to put all the toys in the right container, okay? We're not stacking them up on top of the sinks because that doesn't make sense for the morning person that comes in. They don't have time to go through your cleaning system to put all the toys back on the shelf. The kids are coming in too fast for all that. So the room, when you leave it at night, has to be left in a state where the teacher enters and she's ready to play with the kids. All right? If you're not doing that, you're making people work harder, and that's very frustrating. At the end of the day, all the toys go back into the right container. Then the teacher takes the disinfectant spray, picks up the container, and mists the toys that are in the container. Then she places the container back on the shelf. And then she leaves for the day. okay? Is somebody saying why to me?
No, I'm saying why.
Any questions? Now, I keep hearing the toys are getting dirty. The toys are getting dirty. The 1-year-olds are killing me because they're taking all of their toys at 11, 12 o'clock and they're putting them all on their sink, in the sink, on top of the sink to clean them all, just to put them back out and then clean them again at night. You're working way too hard. When kids are playing with toys and they get snot, boogies, and all kinds of other stuff on them, you take it, you put it into your dirty toy bin. At nap time, it's up to you. Nap time or end of the day, at some point, you're going to disinfect that toy. Clean it with soapy water and disinfect it. Then you're going to put it back into the container. And then at the end of the day, you're going to sanitize all of the toys. Work smart, not hard. Make sense? So now all toys stay ready on the shelf. So, hold on. Look at the end of the day. Toys in the bin, bins on the shelf, nice and neat. And the teacher has sprayed it with the disinfectant and we're ready to go. Okay, twos? No more piling up toys. You put them in the container, spray it at the end of the night, put it on the shelf and keep moving. Anything that gets slobber, dirty, whatever, stick into the dirty toy bin and you decide rest time at the end of the day to do your deep clean for those toys. Okay? Now, once a week, we are supposed to do a deep clean, especially infants through toddlers. You should be doing a deep clean. But a deep clean is not putting them all into one sink. That is not a deep clean. Deep cleaning has a 3-bay process. It requires water, soapy water, and bleach water to get it total in its submersion. It has to be submerged into these liquids. So putting yourself in a sink is not really thoroughly doing a deep clean. So when you have an outbreak in your classroom, or it's once a week, or whatever, you need to go to this closet, grab these buckets, because this is why we don't do dishes here, because we don't have the proper sinks. That's why our meals get delivered. We don't have proper cleaning. So that's why I don't want infants cleaning bottles. I don't want any cleaning to happen here because we don't have the proper tools. Parents are responsible. If their child drinks 4 bottles a day, they're supposed to bring you 4 bottles. If they eat 2 times a day, they're supposed to bring you 2 clean bowls. And as a courtesy, we rinse them out, we put them into their diaper bag, and they take them home, clean them, and bring back fresh. That's what they signed, and that is our policy, and that is okay, because we cannot clean that kind of stuff, okay? Now it's time for deep cleaning. To do a deep immersion, you need space, you need buckets. I got these from Lowe's. They're sitting right here in this closet. You have to talk to Maria to get the bleach. You fill them up. The containers are labeled, okay? You shouldn't do this in the classroom with children because you're dealing with bleach. So you either go to a different classroom, outside your classroom, or you do it at the end of the day. Up to you. But to do a deep clean, if we say deep clean, that means you have these buckets, and these buckets have the right liquid inside of them to do the work that needs to be done. And then there's an extra bucket to allow the toys to dry. So you can leave them right in the extra bucket. Next day, come get them and put them where they need to go, okay? And you can do a bucket of toys at a time. This is how we deep clean, okay? This is where it's located. Moving forward, you use this spray bottle like it was a Lysol container. You spray and walk away. And if you're in a diapering room and you have to change a diaper, then you want to wipe the surface before. You don't want to use, I'm going to put you on the blast. I apologize because sometimes there's great teachable moments because you're not the only one that needs to hear it. So I apologize if you get embarrassed by this. But yesterday there was this spray all over the tables, all over the shelving. And I want you to remember that this is a chemical. So you don't want kids to come up and lick the table, or put their hands in it and wash their faces and their bodies with it, because it's still a chemical. It is better than bleach. It won't stain, and a little consumption will not kill them or have us have to call poison control, but a large consumption will, which is why I want you to go back to this bottle and change that nozzle from a stream where it shoots straight out to a mist, because you don't want it collecting where the kid could just go like that and it gets in their eyes and all that stuff, because at the end of the day, it still is a chemical. All that kind, because we have a big center. They're gonna show up at the door. They're gonna make known who they are. Just like the state, we're gonna walk them through the building. We're gonna show them where everything is. We're gonna walk through the kitchen. They're gonna do their writing down of everything, and then I'm going to get them settled in the gym so that they have a table and they can spread out, because they have a lot of paperwork to go through, and they normally are here for more than 2 hours, okay? And then as they're leaving, they're also watching and walking out, or they'll go back to a room that they had a problem with and they'll observe again. When they come to your room, you can give warm customer service, but they're not there for you. Good morning, keep it moving. You know, I'm talking to them, how was your day? What are we doing? You want my kid? No, that's not that kind of talk. You need to be on your P's and Q's. When it comes to point of service, everybody say point of service.
Point of service.
That attendance paper, okay, that I give you is called attendance. Point of service is when Maria brings you the meal, and now it's your turn to take what she's giving you and present it to the child. That's called point of service, okay? So when Maria, and breakfast is a really, you know, it could be a hit or miss thing, because it's just a little bit different from lunch, because kids are coming in at all times. It's very important that when you go to serve breakfast to a child, that you present to them point of service. That means their liquid and their food at the same time. You cannot serve food first and say, eat all your food and then I'll give you your drink. You cannot say, drink a little bit, put it back, drink a little bit, put it back. You must serve food and liquid at the same time for it to count. If you mess that process up and they catch that, she will not be paid for that particular meal, okay? So that's the part that you play, same time. The other part that you play is after you serve all those kids those meals, is that you go back to that clipboard that has all your kids on it, and you check off that they are here and that you just served them breakfast. Do not jump ahead and say they were already here for breakfast, so I'm just gonna check them off for lunch and snack and dinner. Please don't do that right now, because if you do that, again, they're gonna say, we're not paying for those meals, okay? Because it's not point of service. Point of service is at the same time, all right? Yeah. Very important. After you do, I see, I'm gonna get to you in a minute, Stephanie. After you check all those off, put your thingy back, please make sure that if this is a Wednesday and somebody forgot to do Monday and Tuesday, please fill it in, because it has to be all accounted for. It has to be checked off. You can't have Monday not checked and then you did it on Tuesday. You cannot forget, because she will not get paid for those meals. That's a lot of money. That's how a lot of our salaries are paid, or through these programs that we're using. So please, 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 please be on your P's and Q's. And when we get that call, I will let you know. And when they show up, we will use our words to communicate with you. And please make sure that you are filling out your attendance and presenting the meal at the same time. I just had a conversation with Maria. All kids that are not being fed the regular menu will be served food in something red. So when you see something come to you in red, that's an alert for you. You go check the allergy report that is hanging in the teacher's bulletin area, and make sure that you're feeding the right kid the right food and the right drink. Even if they drink soy milk, it's going in a red container, okay? Because that is not regular milk. If you have a situation where the parents say, they're not allergic to regular milk, but just feed him water, right now, no, you have to give him milk. Because again, if you don't give milk and the plate, not my rule. I actually like eat your food first, then you have your drink. I like that rule. But for the sake of her business, we can't follow that. So if they don't drink, they drink water, they get milk from now on until we finish this audit. Because if you don't serve it, we don't get paid. Now what you can do is you can present the meal, and then after a couple of tries, they didn't try it, now you can go get the water and you can give them the water. That is okay, all right? You don't have to force them to eat. Just encourage them the best that you can, and we're not penalized for putting it there and they don't eat it, but it has to be there. Or hands. You must clean surfaces before you serve food. okay? The tables are dirty until you have cleaned them. So soapy water before they play at the table, soapy water before they eat at the table. Very, very important. Everybody got me? Yes. Okay. Respectful of her space, okay? Be respectful, clean up after yourself.
And the supply closet, please and thank you.
Thank you. The supply closet. If you're getting supplies out of supply closet, please be respectful. Let us know when we're running low. Don't take the last piece of construction paper and don't say nothing. Please. And don't put toys in her bin and in the preschool 2 bin. Put them back where they go. All right? Because somebody is working hard. Somebody's working hard to keep that closet clean, all right? And we all need to work together because pretty soon it's going to be somebody else's turn to do it. So please, keep the supply closet clean and organized and let people know ahead of time once we're getting low. Even in your classroom, if you need more puzzles, please say I need more puzzles. I'm looking at dirty puzzles, missing pieces. Come on, we're quality. That makes me angry because that's not, we're not a place that has to look like that, okay? We're not a place that has to look like that. If you need something, please make it known, please. And please get rid of anything that looks tacky, old, missing, books, stuff like that. If it's not in good condition, please get rid of it because that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. And our company owner is coming back. Oh, she's coming back soon and she will be in your classroom. Please show her that you appreciate all the hard work and the money that she spends on you and your classroom, please. Please take care of her stuff. Please, 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 please. Any questions?
There is 100.
I think I've covered everything. I appreciate your time. Please remember that this is a disinfectant. Please don't clean with this. And if you have other bottles, only the rooms that should have additional bottles are rooms with bathrooms. You can have a floor cleaner and you can have Fabuloso. But the other place, if you don't have a bathroom in your room, you should only have disinfectant and soapy water, okay? Those are your 2 main things, and you should be wearing out that soapy water bottle. And Maria is in charge of filling your bottles. So if your bottles aren't filled, I need to know, and you need to let her know. She's in charge of that. So you should walk into full bottles all the time, okay? And they must double check, make sure they're labeled. They have to be labeled. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you for your time and attention. I appreciate you all.